that should do it, I think. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Or morning, as the case may be. Very evening for me. Well, actually, you know what? It's morning. It's so evening that it's actually morning. So morning indeed. I've got a cough. Because, is it also pajamas? They're not my pajamas. That's my work uniform. Sir, how dare you? How dare you? It's not very modern of you, Yojimbo, to call obvious work attire pajamas in the year of our Lord 2024. Very anti-COVID of you, is all I'm saying. Very anti-vaxxer. And unbecoming of a gentleman of your stature. Yeah, I woke up. I had a bit of a cough last night, but after the show, I was like, "That's not right. There's no way I would have a cough after the last few weeks." And I totally do. I woke up this morning and it was sort of hacking it up. I don't know why. Maybe that explains why I felt so fucking tired over the weekend and that. Maybe I had something going through the system, but it wasn't, making itself known. I don't know. There's definitely a cough. Which is a piece of shit. I should be gone by the weekend, I hope. I don't want to go to DreamHack. With a cough. But yeah, I thought I wanted to keep painting this little dude from last night, and I thought, well, shit, I'll just do a little bit of a show where I cough occasionally, and it's a bit gross, but you're only half listening anyway, because I'm mumbling to myself while I paint Necrons, and it's not a big deal. That should be fine, yeah? And then tomorrow, at some point, there's a patch for Lords of the Fallen that I agreed to check out. Some kind of like randomizer and challenge run mode that they've added as well, which is quite cool. It feels like they're modding their own game. Anyway, they're paying me to have a look at it, so I'll have a look at it. Thanks, Dre. Cheers, mate. G'day, Angel. How are you? Purple, baby. What's going on? So yeah, maybe a little Lords of the Fallen tomorrow, and then if I'm not worse than I am today, then maybe some Age of Empires afterwards or something like that, or maybe some more painting, something simple anyway. And then you won't see me for a few days. I'll be off again. Terrible. Streamer that I am, who never streams. And then I'll be back on Sunday to play the ever-loving shit out of Stellar Blade. Be lots of fun. Anyway, don't get your hopes up, alright? It seems unlikely at this point, but maybe. Maybe. I like those free-for-all Nomad games. I've only done 2 of them, and in both cases it went terribly. I'm much looking forward to getting the hang of it. Might start in a decent location at some point. Yesterday's was center of the map, trapped between 2 other cunts. One right up against Order of the Dragon and their fucking men-at-arms that can't be killed by anything. It's that kind of deep chest cough. Keeps coming up. I'll try as hard as I can not to vape and aggravate it, but I will probably fail at that. Hello, Ether. How are you, mate? Randomize the game mode sounds fun as fuck. More games should do something like that. I loved going through games again with everything randomized. Agreed, dude. Agreed. And we'll talk about it at length tomorrow when I'm doing the sponsored bit. But outside even the sponsored bit, I really liked Lords of the Fallen. Ironically, they're patching it again, and it was them patching it so much that sort of stopped me from coming back, to be honest. That said, I really enjoyed Lords of the... not everybody seemed as taken with it, but for me, when it comes to the world building, the level design, the aesthetics, the storytelling, all of that, that's the stuff that I care most about, I guess. So long as the gameplay is satisfactory, which it certainly was. That all carried really strong with Lords of the Fallen, so I'm happy to go back. We'll make a new character, try out the randomizers and stuff. They've got some hardcore modes and stuff like that. It looks. I think from what I was reading, it was like something like they had different presets that would automatically turn on certain challenges and certain random elements and stuff like that. They had sort of hardcore and roguelike, which I assume has some kind of permadeath element to it. Things like that. So it could be cool. Yeah, Ethan, I've got a cough. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sick again. I can't believe I'm saying it after the last few weeks. But yeah, I'm sick again for whatever fucking reason. All this vitamin C I'm taking doesn't seem to be doing fucking anything. Unless, of course, I was supposed to be deathly ill and all I got was this cough. In which case, the vitamin C's been doing great. Didn't even know I was sick until the cough developed. Just thought I was a little bit tired. Whatever, life goes on. I still have to mow the lawn. I still have to pick the kid up from school. And I still feel compelled, as it were, to paint the shit out of some Necrons. Blame the kid? Yeah, well, they just went back to school, didn't they? So there's, new flavors of viruses and shit going around. I seem susceptible to everything. And this is not going to help my cough, but fuck it. I'm in too deep. Alright. So, if I'm holding it here and painting here, this is about the right. This is about the right spot. But if I put it down here, it goes blurry, which is infuriating, but whatever. Let's get back to where we were last night, which was putting some canoptic alloy on everything. A little bit of that in there. Lovely. On this awesome wet palette. Ooh. And have a bit of a look at where we were last night. So, yeah, I'd done the frame, the shoulder frame, which is quite an extensive frame. Usually you just do a little canoptic alloy on the shoulder blades. This has a whole frame behind it, which is quite cool. There's a few bits in there I'd like to go and touch up. I think it's mostly pretty cool. Definitely a little bit of Abaddon black is gonna have to go in around the rune pattern on his chest. I fucked that up slightly. That was Plodsky's fault, 100%, not mine. A little bit here, a little bit here. Okay, so the touch-ups aren't actually as dire as I thought. Should probably put some more Rune Lord brass on. Let's do the canoptic first. So, it looks like use the tip of your brush, paint the pilot's head, try to avoid the eyes. You'll paint these later. Alright, let's give that a fang. The whole head? The whole head. But avoid the eyes. This should be, horrifying. Feels like it should be two colors. One for the faceplate and one for the back of the head. Apparently it isn't. Normally it would be, I think. Cool looking piece, thanks man. quite hard to get the brush strokes right on when you're reaching in this on these small little pieces. Like at the end of the day, you really just want to scoop some paint up and dump it down there. Obviously, you want the brush strokes to look nice. It just seems impossible to get. Otherwise the paint clumps up, you know, and it doesn't look nice. It doesn't say avoid this giant orb in the center of his head, but the picture shows that orb not colored, so I'm going to avoid that too for now. And by that I mean I'm going to try. Bloody hell. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of throat clearing. My chest is trying to hack up a whole lot of green shit. And it just needs to happen. Let's hope the music is a reasonable consolation prize. This is the soundtrack to the Nicolas Cage film Mandy, by the way. I say Nicolas Cage film because I don't actually know the name of the director, who also directed one of the short story anthology films on Del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities recently. Maybe Johannes. I think that's the composer of the soundtrack. Anyway, great team of people, great soundtrack, great films, and Nicolas Cage is in them, or in that one, and plays an incredible role. One of his best, in my opinion. Okay. So there is some black underneath on the sides there. It's quite hard to see, but I quite like it, so I'm going to leave it. I'm not sure if you're supposed to get in deep, but having black, like the black exoskeleton beneath is very Necron, so I think I'll leave it at that. Now, as for the eyes, I might try to get into those eye sockets. I'm going to tempt fate here and try and get the sockets slightly better without getting the eyeballs. Like that. Which I think is quite cool. What do you reckon? That's that went a bit better than I thought it would. Panos Cosmatos? Is that the name of the director or something? Oh, and yeah, Dre, it looks like I answered that question. How good's that? G'day, Hera. How are you, mate? Delicious blessings of Papa Nurgle in the old chest cavity? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Papa Nurgle, you can fuck right off. I've had enough. I've had enough. Lately. Somewhere around here, I'd say, is good. I really think this camera auto-focusing would be very helpful for me. But whatever. Paint the joints on each of the Triarch Praetorian pilot's wrists. Use the tip of the brush to avoid the armored plates. Easy, easy. Lemon squeezy. It's very hard for me to reach a lot of angles without blocking the camera, but it's just the way it is. I do my best now to keep my wrist in a different position. Unless I put the camera somewhere else, which would be really difficult to manage. I don't see how I'm gonna get better than that. I'm afraid. There's not a lot of room left to put cameras. Under that wrist. Flip him upside down. Maybe we can make a bit under there. We won't tell anybody that I missed a little bit under there that you can't see, alright? Keep it between you and me. It'll be our little secret. Okay. Wrists are done. Head is done. Shoulders are done. Looking good. I think I want just to... I'm going to take a liberty here. I don't normally do. This is the Mandy soundtrack, Ergo, from a film called Mandy with Nicolas Cage. Came out around the same time as Color Out of Space, I think, so he was going through a bit of a weird phase, and, well, in my opinion, I think Mandy, Color Out of Space, and Pig might be Nicolas Cage's best work in decades. But yeah, Mandy's my whole fucking vibe, obviously, and the soundtrack was so good that I had to have it. Hey Mullet, how are you, man? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put some Canoptic alloy on the gaps here. Now, it doesn't say to do this, but I think it's going to look nicer than just Rune Lord. And it's going to match the gaps up above in a really interesting way. Add a bit more contrast than the paint guide intended. Yeah, I like that. These songs like this, man, so sold me on this soundtrack. What a banger. Yeah, right, Dre? Me too. Mandy's a revenge film as well. And yeah, just as good as Pig, I think, in a very different way. Certainly shows a lot of Cage's range, which is lovely. Need to reach a little deeper than that, which is a pain. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to get the Runelord brass out and do a couple of joints that I feel like I missed. Alright, Ethan, nice. The Cheddar Goblin mac and cheese commercial was a fun, but it's not. Did you see his episode of the Cabinet of Curiosities? I think it was the 7th one. It had a weird ending, I thought, but great dialogue, great setup, really nice energy. Mandy's the movie I always recommend when someone asks for a movie to watch. Yeah, nice, good, very good, very good. Right as I finished putting the canoptic alloy away, I noticed a bit of black there that I've missed. What a shame. Well, there'll be more touch-ups in the future when there always is. Hey Cherry, how are you, mate? What's going on? That is probably way too much Runelord brass, if we're being honest. Need a smidge. Just a whisper. Runelord brass. So much on the brush. Perfect. Perfect. And perfect. Very nice. Might just add a little more while I've got it here on the palette. To touch up some of those, ruin it further. I'll touch up a couple of those lines. Might even, again, take another little liberty here and just do that shoulder poking out there. Feels like it wants to be bronze. And then I will get some black later and then just beep, 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 beep. Tidy that up, and otherwise I think that's pretty nice. Lord there. Line under there, beautiful. Just those tiny little touch-ups that make all the difference. The finished product. And there we go. Hey, we're getting somewhere. That, I believe, is the end of the canoptic alloy for now. So we can move on to some fresh colors. Isn't that fun? Sorry, that was Runelord brass, of course, but you know what I meant. Hey, Grumpy. Nice mullet, I love it. In fact, make sure you send me some pics when you're done. Bayong! Bijong! How you going, cunt? What's happening, man? Thanks for the fucking, sub, baby. 20 months, too. Nothing to scoff at, is it? Yeah, brother. Okay. Put a smidge of that down there. So now we're switching to lead belcher, which is glorified shiny silver. I guess it's a darker shiny silver, really. And we'll first be using it on this gun. Aha! It will be affixed to the bottom of the Triarch Stalker in the end. So you're drinking vodka, you know it. Certainly not drinking water because I have Invisalign in my mouth and I can't drink anything else. Definitely vodka. At least that's what I tell myself. Make myself feel better. I have 40 Tyranids to paint, I just can't be asked. Hey, there's no point forcing yourself. You don't spend all this fucking money on a guilt trip, you know? You want to wait until that mood strikes. For whatever reason. And it'll strike. Always comes back. Maybe you need to paint something else first. Get the ball rolling. And then get back to the Tyranids later. Really nice, relaxed strokes here. Get the job done. There's a couple of little bits that have gone over. I'm not as steady as I need to be to get those perfect. One day I will, but I'll come back with the Abaddon Black and get those little niggles after the show. I always seem to do the touch-ups off camera. Partly because I don't have to change the angle that I'm on for for the camera, so I'm not doing this. So it lets me be a bit more precise. But I think mainly because when I wake up the next day and I look at the model we've done on the stream beforehand, the first thing on my mind is I have to fix that. And I do it with coffee in the morning and then it's done, you know? Should slow down a little bit, I think. This bit. God, I missed there. Missed it all. I nailed that head before, yeah? Without fucking it up at all, and I thought, man, this is too good to be true. I've used up all my good painting luck for the day, and it was true. Now I can't even do this easy shit without fucking it. Yeah, look at that. Whatever. Really pays to be less precious about this shit if you're gonna end up doing touch-ups anyway. I'm off to get my nightmare kill team. Night Lords and Mandrakes. Night Lords sounds fantastic. What's that? Someone's linked me these before. Yeah, they look sick. I think this might be my first kill team. Ah, pardon me. This would make a lot of sense to me. Imagine painting all that. Very cool. Very cool. The Night Lords trilogy is really good. Trilogy? Have we gone from figurines to books? Or films now? Or are there just 3 figurines? And we're talking about the same thing, but we introduced new lingo. Yet again. This is why it's so hard to keep up with you cunts. Nothing's ever introduced as though the person you're speaking to doesn't know what you're talking about. You're always speaking to a Warhammer fucking super nerd at all times, aren't you? You mean book. Why would you mention books without the word book? Why do I have to fish it out every time? Every single fucking time, you super nerds, I swear to Christ. You always ask for it. And that sounds great. I didn't know there were Night Lord books. Look into that. Seraphim to pay. That's all this stream seems to do, is make people feel guilty for not painting. It's supposed to be the catalyst for inspiration, alright? To get you back onto your own shit. Not fuel for your guilt trips, alright? Stop being so goddamn basic. Go and paint some shit. Just leave me up in the background, you know? For motivation. The Night Lords books are where you really get to root for the bad guys? Well, that's cool. This is a lot more challenging than it looks this little bit. Doesn't feel like it should be particularly, and yet... What a pain. And I really don't want to fuck it up, because if I have to come back with black later, it's going to be just challenging not to hit the silver with the black, you know? This boring, finicky shit. It really takes it out of you.
Ah, yes. The smell of proper devotion. Welcome back, old friend. We've missed you.
Melbo, thanks for 38 months, mate. Yes, dude. Never enjoyed the painting aspect of Warhammer, sadly. I just like moving massive dinos across the table. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. I am exactly the opposite. Although, I'm sure I would enjoy moving massive dinos across the table as well. I just never get a chance to. But I only paint. I don't play. The opposite ends of the spectrum. I've heard there's some pretty good quick paint series and stuff like that these days. Or I mean, you could just fucking spray paint a lot of them in different colors and be done with it, right? It doesn't matter so much. Otherwise, you got to send them to me, and I'll charge you an exorbitant amount of money to paint them on stream for you. With my obvious, I mean, look how good I am. Look at that. Look at those lines, bro. That's some intense shit. Probably won't ever meet another painter as good as me. So. Might as well take advantage while I have open commissions. Loved every aspect of it. When I used to collect and play, I'll have to wait until I acquire a house to start up again. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. I only spend $20 a week on this hobby, which is $20 a week that should go into my house. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta live a little. I've already paid for the house deposit, you know, and I'll probably put nearly 200 grand into it. There has to be time for little pleasures in the house. Yeah, if you're actually saving for the deposit and getting started, that's a good idea to wait. Play white scars and just spray paint them bone white. Yeah. Yeah, easy. Beautiful. Tracks tonight. Red. Not the red one. I'm already paying you an exorbitant fee to paint these minis on stream, and you're not doing it nearly often enough. This is 2 days in a row, thank you very much. Fuck you. How much painting do you want? Yes, you'll need to pay me to paint your minis, and then pay me to watch me for the pleasure, obviously, of watching me paint your minis. Separately. That's 2 different payments, I'm afraid. You also need to pay for shipping and handling. There's a lot of paying involved with me. I'm sorry, I didn't make the rules. Just the way it is. Oh, he's this little fucker. Paint the muzzle of the gun and the raised brackets connectors on the weapons cables. Yep. Fair enough. Alright. We gotta get back into this bit. Let's go deep. You and Bob Ross, you need to corner the market. Right? supposed to get in there? There's no way in. $14 times a week, yeah? Can do. Hey Goose, how are you, mate? Any opinion on the whole custodes thing? I don't really know enough to have much of an opinion, man. I certainly don't like it when people retcon the law. But I have no issue with them adding to it. Which does this fall under? Depends on who you ask, apparently. I've asked the professionals, and they told me that the law supports female custodes. It does not support female space marines, for example, but it does support female custodes. It was backed up by one of the most prominent YouTubers as well, so it seems to be perfectly fine. That's me regurgitating other people's shit. I don't know myself. Ignore the bits of silver that where there shouldn't be silver, and I think we've really got something. Now the other fucking side. Kill me. I have to wait and see how Games Workshop will handle this situation later. Okay. I think people don't really care about the changes. However, what they didn't like was the communication side of things, where they said it's always been there. Well, that seems pretty easy to refute. Had it always been there or not? And is that what they said verbatim? Or are you paraphrasing? Said the Sisters of Silence are sidelined because of the custodes thing. What does that mean, so?
was an old one. Almost as old as me.
Fucking cactus. Come. Just keeps moving along, baby. Keeps moving along. What's the sub, dude? Agreed, Bones. It is very impressive. Going on 5 years. A long time to pay a cunt. Who's painting fucking minis on stream. But there'll be sick video games soon, don't you worry about that. Alright, super secret Elden Ring business. Not for your eyes. Children. Not yet. Fucking hell, mate. Sorry, you can't see shit here, but I need to get in here. There we go. Alright. Well, it's a bit sloppy. On me. My whole body's revolting against me. A bit sloppy, but I'll come back with some Abaddon Black and fix that up. Another time. Now, what's next? Something fun? Ooh. I like it. What is it? It is... this guy's gun. So, you know, it's very important to get it right. onto the next page. That's exciting. Sisters of Silence are in the same army as Custodes and with a female counterpart to Custodes. Oh. So why would they not just use Sisters of Silence? And why would people like Lurin on YouTube say that female Custodes make sense? If there was already a female Custode counterpart and they were called Sisters of Silence. That doesn't seem right. Doing a whole playthrough? Fucking oath. I might start... Tune. Because identity politics? How does it support identity politics? I don't know what I've got, Andy. No. 3 weeks ago, I was sick for a week. And I had fucked up sinus and a sore ass fucking throat. And I was sat on that couch watching The Sopranos and I didn't stream. It was the first week of the school holidays. I was fucking out of it, man. I laid in bed until my wife kicked me out, and then I laid here until she got up, and then I moved back. Like I just migrated from one bed to another, you know? And then I went away for a week, and then I come back, and I was fine. And now I've, out of nowhere, got a little tired the last few days. But I didn't think I was sick, and then now I've got a cough. And it's a pretty fucking manky cough. Out of fucking nowhere with really no other symptoms. I don't understand. These people tend to pollute art, what's already there, to send their message. That's not what I asked you, Ether, is it? If you can't defend your argument when you say these sorts of things, in what way does not using the systems of silence that are already there and instead injecting females into the Custodes, which Bayong says are the female counterpart to Custodes anyway, in what way does that serve identity politics? And don't give me some vague shit about art pollution. I need specifics. Specific to this case. Not a generalization, okay? Otherwise I can't get a hold of it mentally. I don't know what crosses their mind. Who? This doesn't answer the question at all. If nothing else, it supports the argument that you seem to be on the opposite side of. Been dry coughing since November due to long COVID, and it just escalated to strep 2 days ago. See, dude, that's really weird. My son has been dry coughing since, I want to say like just after Christmas, just before New Year's, and still now. 4 months, 4.5 months or something. Still coughing. I keep giving him shit because I'm getting over it. Because I feel like somehow he's got some kind of mucus that gets stuck here. Because it seems to happen a lot when he lays down or he's in an awkward position and it sort of gets stuck in there and then he's coughing for hours and then it's gone. And I think it's something to do with him not being able to hack it up, you know? But maybe, but it has been brought up. Not a very productive cough, dry, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was like some snot, you know? It's running down the back of his throat or something, and then it sits there and he's just not figuring out how to get it up. But I don't want to be too hard on him, because I also don't have a fucking clue. And you might be right, it could be some long COVID shit. He absolutely, definitely, 100% had COVID in December. And tested positive and everything. So, or was it November? And then it carried on through there. I can't remember now. But he certainly had it around that time. So it could absolutely be. I'll stop because I can't formulate a good argument. Good. Thank you. I don't mind. You know, but I need you to be able to support what you're saying. When you bring up shit like identity politics, which is a very important topic these days, you have to have a case. Otherwise, you just damage what's already been built. Do you know what I mean? I don't know that this is identity politics. I can't find any evidence to support that. But I had we talked about it the other day. Nobody mentioned that the Custodes had a female counterpart called the Sisters of Silence. And that it would make perfect sense to just use the Sisters of Silence, which is what Bayong's saying, rather than change the Custodes into females. But as I said, the big Warhammer 40k buffs seem to agree that it makes perfect sense that there'd be female Custodes. Why would they say that if there's already female Custodes called the Sisters of Silence? It doesn't make any sense. When there are clearly defined instances, obvious instances of identity politics, fucking with previously established law, retconning shit, oh, I want to know about it because I really fucking hate that shit. But just slapping that onto shit that may or may not be relevant is very dangerous to the cause, right? Everyone in my household got COVID recently. It's only a matter of time until they get fucked up. Not necessarily. Lots of different strains of COVID only affect some people in the household. Very, very common throughout the entire COVID period. It's weird. My son and I tested positive first time for COVID. It wasn't until a week later that my wife finally did, but completely different. Leaving the identity politics argument aside, I've been wondering if it's simply because people introducing new stuff either don't know or forget about existing law. Could be. The best theory I heard was that Henry Cavill will be playing a custode in an upcoming 40k film, and it makes sense from a film perspective to have a female counterpart, and it makes sense to the script or the screenplay that they have written that female counterpart is a custode. And it's servicing the narrative or the plot of the film specifically. Because when it comes to how do we put this story onto a screen, who's going to be watching it, how are they going to feel when they watch it, we need this actress next to Henry Cavill. That's how they do it, right? So it's a plausible theory that this law has been retconned or altered slightly, specifically for the purpose of making this film better. I'm very interested to see if that turns out to be the case, because I can get behind that one, you know? But we'll see. Don't know enough yet. Guess perhaps because the Custodes are a more popular faction, they wanted to bring female representation into it and pave the way to the possibility of female Marines. But if the Sisters of Silence are the female counterparts to the Custodes, is Bayong wrong? Are they not the female counterparts to the Custodes? Because that's where I get confused. They're all blanks and mostly accompanied with Custodes. Why did Games Workshop not add some new minis and rules to Sisters of Silence? To be honest, I still haven't read all the upcoming changes to the Custodes Codex. I was on vacation yesterday. Okay. Maybe there's some more research to be done. Honest to God, the most vocal elements of both sides of the culture war just make either side look worse. That being said, Games Workshop's official handling has been a PR disaster. They're a corporation in the 21st century. They seem incapable, any of them, from doing anything other than PR disasters. Every time any of them speak about anything, on any topic, or release anything, I don't understand what happened to PR, but they're all complete fucking morons. There are entire memes about the black and white text posts that they release and shit. Everybody, about everything. We support this thing that's popular right now, or we do this thing that's popular right now, and don't leave us out of Black Lives Matter, we care. We're not doing anything. It's not relevant to us in any way or our business practices at all, but we just want you to know, when you're buying sneakers, we don't support that shit. They're all just fucking morons. Saving face, covering ass. So it doesn't surprise me at all that Games Workshop have released a statement that has been received poorly. I don't give a fuck about that. What action was taken? Why was it taken? These days you have to do the due diligence yourself, don't you? That's what I want to know. Female Space Marine can stuff in my chest. And well, that's the whole point. You can't have female Space Marines. It's impossible, according to the way in which Space Marines are created. You can have female custodes, according to the way in which custodes come into being. Because the same restrictions that that apply to Space Marines, whatever they may be, I honestly don't fucking know, don't apparently apply to custodes, so far as I understand it. Paint the rear of the particle cannon, avoiding the raised weapon casing. Avoiding the raised weapon casing. Go back in. The raised weapon casing. What the fuck is that? I'm really not sure. Might be this piece here? Hold on. Check. Refer to the gallery for assistance. I think it means in the little gaps. They should stay black. That seems to make sense. Okay. Everything should be for everyone, otherwise it damages the bottom line. Can't have niche shit. Yeah, which is counterintuitive in the long run, I think, for everybody. And I can't stand it because things that become... When you're making something that's for everyone, you have to homogenize it, you know? It has to be happy go times for everyone. And I'm not a big fan of that shit at all. I fucking hate it, actually. Why I don't... Well, it's not why I don't run ads. I don't run ads because I don't like ads, but it's why I've never been able to run ads. Because the kind of content that I create just isn't advertiser friendly. And there are no advertisers on YouTube, for example, that are brand friendly to me. Obviously there are. There must be products that are specifically for adults that aren't sex related, that are being targeted at an adults only audience. But they're not advertising on YouTube, and YouTube isn't pushing channels with those ads, which must mean that YouTube don't want them. They don't want those kinds of ads. They don't want to advertise those kinds of products, and they certainly don't want to advertise them on those kinds of streams or those kinds of videos. Which means everybody who's trying to create content on YouTube needs to start bringing things into one particular way. And then you have all the other things like the way the algorithm responds to thumbnails, to titles, to content in the first 3 minutes and things like that. And it further homogenizes, it further creates, forces everything into one kind of thing. Family friendly and follows these exact rules. And I can't live in that fucking world. I can't work in that space. Can't do it. Rather not. If it comes to that, it's cabin in the woods for me. Cut my own wood. I'm out of water. 1 sec. Called maximizing the market. There's so many people on the earth, you have to engage as many of them as possible, and the way to do it is following popular trends. If you buy into late stage capitalism, where in every single quarter you need to return more or generate more income, more revenue than you did the previous quarter in order to get a higher return on investment for investors, then in that specific subset of development, yes, you do need to get more audience all the time. You also need to cut costs all the time, because the only way to increase your profits quarter per quarter is either to increase your sales by increasing your audience or your product line, or by cutting staff. But I don't buy into that shit at all. I don't like it. I don't think it's the only way. And I absolutely feel like these cunts that are running the show right now will get out while the getting's good at some point. And things will have to change. There'll be no more investment. I don't know how things are going to get off the ground. Maybe crowdfunding. The downside there is a lot less shit's going to get made, but honestly, quite sure if that's a downside. Too much shit as it is. Certainly too much shit to enjoy. Perhaps not to buy. I do love buying shit. But too much to enjoy. G'day, Reaps. How are you, mate? If it's for everyone, then no one is happy. Well, that... Okay, let's forget current Disney for a moment. For a long time, Marvel films were for everyone, and everyone was happy except
yes.
me.
The smell
and Scorsese, apparently. And probably Quentin Tarantino.
Back, old friend. We've missed you.
Rice Pudding, how are you, mate? What's going on, dude? Thanks for 2 years. Happy fucking anniversary. I like the idea that if you make something for everyone, you'll please no one. And I obviously feel like I create that kind of content. I don't know. I don't buy it anymore. If you've turned the entire fucking species into a bunch of drongo consumers, buy whatever the fuck you sell them, no matter what, and constantly talk on social media about how good everything is, regardless of how obviously they're trying to fuck you. I don't know. There's enough basic bitches in the world, they'll just suck up anything. Exactly. That seems to be the more likely case now. And they continue to make every generation stupider and stupider, and it continues to work more and more in their favor, I think. Not to say we don't have a wonderfully robust, amount of products that service my interests and whatnot as well. It's very easy for me to ignore fucking Marvel films and watch Shogun and then be very happy on Disney, you know. That said, I probably would never have seen Shogun if it wasn't for having a kid who watches Disney shit regularly. Because I wouldn't have paid for Disney. But then I guess people would have said Shogun's awesome, and instead of switching over to the Disney Channel, I would have switched over to IP torrents and downloaded it, right? So I guess I would have enjoyed it regardless. Because I'm not precious about that sort of shit when it comes to corporations like Disney. Gladly sail the high seas when it suits me. Yeah, SAS makes sense. Very safe advertising, right? Just up to that point, apparently. Okay, so that, and that. That seems right. I guess that's the outer casing there. Fair enough. Doesn't really show me what to do here, but I presume this is all getting lead belched too. Current spenders are already engaged in investors. It might piss them off, but even though they will moan and cry, chances of them leaving are very minimal. Some of them will, but in the process, you'll be inviting way more new people in. If it's true, then it's Game Workshop's straight up egotism then. There are third providers with equal better quality value proposition that could easily fill the gap. The beauty of tabletop is player agency as well. You really only need prior rulebooks to continue playing, and there's nothing really incentivizing continuous spending beyond fandom. I don't know, man. Keys, baby! Thanks for the 420, baby. You want some Volcor X again? What are you in the mood for? I don't mind. Love me some Volcor, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of... No matter how pissed off you get at 40k, there's a sunk costs element. You're not getting rid of all your 40k models that you've painted and quitting all the games that you have, you know, your weekly games down at the local store, unless everybody does, right? And I don't see it happening. No matter how passionately you care about the custodes, or how intently you feel they're being done dirty, it doesn't make a fucking shit of difference to whether or not you'll be buying the next Necron kill team or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I doubt it. People are very loyal to this brand regardless of the... And it doesn't ever seem like Games Workshop does anything too drastic. If I want to quit Games Workshop, should I burn all my books and codexes? Well, you'd have to, wouldn't you? And you wouldn't burn them, unless you were really a zealot. You would sell them, right? To some pink-haired custodes noob that is looking to get some fucking Necron armies for their brother, so that they have somebody to play with. I guess that's the new world, isn't it? That's what we're talking about here, isn't it? Banger remixes? Fuck yeah. Yeah, some Volcor X? Alright, I'll get you some Volcor X. It's up to you. Whatever you like, darling. After this. The Necrons would cower, yeah. Oh yes. Shaken in their frames. I'm so sick of painting this fucking gun. We have some Nuln oil after this, and then we get back to the Triarch Stalker for the first time in months. Into the giant spider frame is what I mean by that. I'm very much looking forward to, because I picked this project because I wanted to paint something big for the first time instead of all this tiny little fucking shit. And here I am, stuck painting tiny little shit for weeks. We're almost through the woods. All right. I think that's pretty fucking good for now. Yeah. I should go and do a little... I'll do a little Abaddon Black touch-ups while I'm waiting for it to dry. Sorry. Oh, God. Out of fucking nowhere, man. What a ragged cough. I sound like I'm dying. It's real, like, stringy as well, you know? Like, you can feel it in there. Ugh. A Necron's asexual? Yeah, something like that. Having one gender? I don't know, they're all... They're not skellies. They're robots. They're automatons. I'm sure there's a very good reason why they look like skeletons, but I don't believe it's because they are the actual skeletal bones of a thing that once had a gender.
Another expletive has returned. Welcome back.
Emperor! Welcome back. Thanks for 2 months, mate. Cheers. How you doing? Cheers indeed, sir. Cheers. Are you using a wet or dry palette for the metallics? I'm using a wet. I haven't, this is a homemade wet palette that chat taught me how to make, and this is my 3rd or 4th time using it. The first one was a disaster. This one's a little better. And, yeah. I mean, obviously it's incredible for me, because I sit here and talk a lot, not painting, and all my paints were drying up, so it's fantastic. But it does... Well, I don't have to thin my paints anymore, but I don't have a lot of control over how thin they're going to be, so I'm still learning how to deal with that. But yes, I am technically using a wet palette now, and I'm very much happy for it. Oh. Oh my god. Cool thing about 40k is that it has additions, and going back, you could easily play and enjoy previous codices and rulebooks without the taint of 10th edition. You don't have to dump your older books. Well, that's true. A lot of people don't play 5e D&D, you know? Because they don't like it, and that's great. Same with video games. I don't like Final Fantasy 15. I can always play 9, you know? No big deal. I don't need to play it every day. When I desperately need a Final Fantasy game. Doesn't matter that I don't like some of them. I do like the others. We'll always have that. But somehow that doesn't soften the blow when it comes to people intentionally fucking with shit that you like so that they can attract new people that don't like the shit that you like. That always hurts. And if you've been a gamer your whole life, well, you're pretty fucking used to it by now, I'm sure. It doesn't get easier to swallow, does it? One second. It actually was 1 second. That's crazy. I found the exact paint I was looking for immediately. When did that happen? Do a tiny little bit of Abaddon Black touch-ups. Not quite sure how I got bits of lead belcher on here, but clearly I did. It happens. I remember the first time I was using white to paint a Space Marine. I was doing the inside of his cloak and down the back, and I sneezed, and it just went fucking. And the whole model still has like this white haze over it on all the places I haven't repainted yet. Which I know later on I'll be repainting them different colors, so I haven't bothered. But I learned a valuable lesson. Don't sneeze on your models. Interesting way. It's a very airbrushed effect. That is true. Just a whisper of touch-ups while we wait for that to dry, so we can put the Nuln oil on it and put this little gun to bed. I'm really hoping I wake up tomorrow and this cough is much better, because it's so ragged. I have to go to a game convention on Friday called DreamHack, and I have to do a round table with Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, and some other Aussie creators. And I have to go to a mixer, and I have to go to a dinner, and I have to go to a party, and I don't know if I want to do any of that with a cough that sounds like the way my cough sounds right now. But if I have to cancel, I should really do it soon, so they have an opportunity to find somebody to fill my slot on the round table at the very least. I don't like the sound of any of that, to be honest with you, but it might be the only way. Outside just not feeling like going, there's kind of a stigma these days, right? If you're sick, don't fucking go. Much harder to do when you book tickets and everything and travel accommodations and whatnot to just be like, oh yeah, I can't go. But not to mention my wife will be spewing. See how I am tomorrow. I don't know, Cactus. I don't know. Does DreamHack have a digital pass? Does anybody know? Currently painting my first army. The thing I can never ever get right is picking the right size brush. The advice I got, Louis, was use the biggest brush you can get away with. So I'm going with I think you'd call it a 2. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. A 1, sorry, a 1. And I guess as you get better, you are able to use bigger brushes to do smaller details, is the idea. Because you have a steadier hand, you know, what it comes down to is how much paint do you put on and where do you put it. If you're edge highlighting, you put it on the sides, whereas if you're doing eyes, you're just doing the tips. I personally just prefer to have a lot of really small brushes that help me with those, but I'm relying on them less than I used to. The answer is yeah. If you feel like the brush is a little bit too big for what you're trying to do, then go smaller until you get better. The answer is as big as you can get away with. As big as you feel comfortable with, perhaps, is another way of phrasing it. Oh. Oops. All right. DreamHack has been streamed for almost 10 years, but I don't know if they have streams for specific shows, right? They have a Twitch channel and they seem to stream it. Alright, sweet. Well, yeah, check that out. Maybe the round table will be, if I'm there. As I say, if I have to cough this horribly the whole time, I just don't know how I'm going to be able to do it. We'll see. Love this part of the film. Great music for slow-mo. Okay, so a little bit of Abaddon Black touch-ups going on. I certainly wouldn't call it perfect, but it's okay for now. Yeah, Lou, I don't know where I got it from, but YouTube or something. It seems to have been very good advice for me. Pros can use big brushes. If you're just getting started, go with the smaller ones. Don't be ashamed. For me, it comes down more to how good is the brush. I've got some that are just frayed a little bit, and I fucking hate them. I need a fucking perfect nib. What do they call it, a nib? Doesn't mean that the frayed ones don't have their uses. Like this one here. Useless. Garbage for me. Can't do anything with it anymore. That one's fine. This one's okay still. Don't really like these two either anymore. Yeah, they've just started to fray. Not a fan. Hey, Eternal, hang on, man. Yeah, I got a really nasty cough. And very sore teeth, as it happens. I'm being a bum. Being a bum. I'm painting. And seeing sizing up this week. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I just keep getting sick lately. Of course, I can't stop vaping while I have this cough, so that's not helping. Slow-mo scene I actually quite dig. Oh, in Dread, yeah, absolutely. Zack Snyder's overuse of it is a problem, I guess. I didn't find it a problem in things like 300, personally. I thought it added, but that was then and this is now, so... Yes, Dread did a wonderful job. Good. Okay. Nuln oil. Now, this is my Nuln oil brush. A medium shade brush. That's what's recommended. It seems to work very well for applying shade paints, so I like it. I'm gonna get rid of the metallic water and get some fresh water once. Done that before I put the black on now, I realize, but we live and learn. To be fair, 300 is probably the last thing Snyder put out worth watching, aside from Watchmen. I liked Watchmen too, yeah. Yep, I did. I didn't love the Snyder cut of Wonder Woman, whatever the fuck, but I didn't hate it either, personally. It was okay. As far as I could tell. But I care so little about superheroes and DC in general that I'm not... My opinion's not worth anything on the topic. Got me the 4K Aliens Blu-ray today. Fuck you! It's not available here yet. Very upset about it. Gagging to get onto it. I hear it's a beautiful print. And a little less blue, a little warmer than the Blu-ray one and whatnot. Very excited to watch it myself. All the same special features as the Blu-ray one, but I haven't seen those, so I'm excited to watch those too. Yeah, it'll be out soon, Eternal. I don't know why it's taken so long to release here. And gotta get about here. How long have you been on off cigarettes proper? With the exception of... Well, look, technically, I stopped smoking about 5 or 6 years ago, to be honest with you. But there have been months where I'm smoking cigars sometimes. Usually in the summer. Or there's cigarettes at parties and whatnot, and I'll have some. But yeah, I haven't smoked cigarettes for, like, you know, all day, every day. For 6 years, I reckon. There might have been a slip in there somewhere. For a couple months, I feel like. But I got back on the vape pretty easily. And now I vape with no nicotine, so we're getting close. Let me find that Nuln oil. followed the Watchmen comic closely, so that's why it was good. Needs a writer. We're talking about the Watchmen film, right? Not the television series. It's interesting. I wouldn't say that was close to the novel, to the comic. I have the comic. Interestingly, the original screenplay for that was written by David Hayter, I believe. The voice of Metal Gear Solid. The voice of Metal Gear Solid. He is the voice of Metal Gear Solid. The voice of Solid Snake and Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid. Hey, Van Metzel, how you going, man? Yeah, no worries. Sleep well, baby. I'll lull you off to sleep with some lovely music and good painting vibes. He has requested some Volcor X, which he does every single time we do this, and I have never been happier for it. Nam, you fucking champ. Hang on, man. Thanks for the raid, brother. Much appreciated. We just finished the Mandy soundtrack and the Dread soundtrack, and now we're on to Volcor X. This is our planet now. Grubbier than I remember. Volcor indeed. You know it. You know it well. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, guys. I've got a cough. I'm not feeling very well. So I'm just doing some relaxing painting. We're about to put some Nuln oil on the bum of this gun, and then we're going to put some Nuln oil on this big bitch. I feel like I was supposed to put some Abaddon Black on this stalker and missed it. I don't know when I was supposed to do that. It was. Oops. We'll do that after. Has the house listened to the Dude, I listen to the loop every single day. I kid you not. Whether it's in the car, on the way to pick up the kid, which it mostly is, or back here, playing the drums. That's the album I'm trying to learn on drums. So yes. I mean, I did listen to it before that too, all the fucking time. But it is absolutely my most listened to album this year. Maybe any year in some fucking time, you know? Alright. And where were we? This should be dry by now. maybe have thinned this a smidge. Just to make it a little less dirty. I like it a bit dirty anyway, so I'm not worried. Banging the Gravity Fury Weekend remix of Volcors. Yeah? Nice. You know me, it's albums only. Albums only for me. But I bet it is good. Trying to soak some of that up. It came on a little thicker than I'd like. Something quite grungy though, isn't it? Just Nolan oil that entire thing and then dry brush it to look pretty damn good. But I know you're following I am following a guide. Fuck off. We'll get back to the Stormlight minis, where you can help me at some point. But until then, kindly keep your fucking opinions to your fucking self. Wouldn't mind learning this guitar solo as well between you and me. How do I get over there? Looks like we'll be doing some Dawnstone dry brushing pretty soon as well. That looks really cool. Bit of edge highlighting with Dawnstone as well.
Someone has conscripted new voters for the next execution. Wonderful.
Hey, it's Keys. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. How are you? Thank you very much for bringing Oro back. Quite kind of you, isn't it? Cheers. Hardly ideal, but I don't quite need a magnifying glass for this. Supposed to be thinned. I don't know if it's supposed to be that thinned. It does say thinned. I can always go over it again if I'm not happy with it. Yeah, doing good, Keys. Thanks, bro. Does that seem too thin to you? That's a little too thin to me. We'll see how she looks, I guess. I'll let that dry and just see what it looks like before I do the others. I'm not quite convinced. The Empire, I think, synergy. That, totally not a vampire Empire bitch with Law of Death magic looks fucking fantastic. Got a whole Tyranid army I got to print, a 3D print. Fuck yeah. Yeah, nice synergy. Have to give that a look. A lot more than that, but let's just have a little peek. It's very thin to me. A different brush. What's it from, if you don't mind me asking? I'm sorry, Dragon Rider, I totally missed that. It was 7 minutes ago. It was all from Volcor X's This Is Our Planet Now. I'm so sorry. You'd think with chat moving as slow as it does during these shows compared to others, it would be easier to keep up with it, but it's quite the opposite. Nice, Mountain. Good on you, man. Beautiful. Is that doing some like working at home call center stuff? And thank you. Again, man. This black that refuses to play ball. What's this model called? It's a Triarch Stalker. A Necron Triarch Stalker. Hey, Mono baby. Necron Knight, you know it. Yeah, I got a fucking nasty ass cough. And but what better time to paint some crumbs, eh? I like that side a lot better. I won't paint inside the joints because I don't want them to stick. Mountain Man, welcome back, dude. Thank you. I work from home job. Usually have 10 to 15 minutes between calls. Yeah, fuck yeah, I thought so. That's perfect. I used to do that sort of shit too, and my wife works from home taking calls as well, so I get it completely, and what a great idea. Fill in that time, bro. Get some fucking minis painting. Love it.
I remember you. Back from war, are we?
Clever cocksucker. Conky, g'day man. Thanks for 14 months. How you going, dude? It's cracking. Good to see you, brother. A lot glossier than I'd like, but I assume it just needs to dry. I think I got the brush strokes right. Yeah, that's a bit better. Casings and the orbs in there, okay. Quite a lot of black I didn't realize I needed to do. Oh, you looking? It's me boy, Jamolks! It's Jim! Hey mate, how are you? I agree. More blades, definitely. Thanks, man. Appreciate the sub. Thanks for the Civ game the other night. What an absolutely amazing evening. I hope you're enjoying some much-earned rest after the Gymvitational. And I look forward to the next Gymvitational. It was next week, right? Starting Monday? Can't wait. I know how much you love sleeping on that couch, so good. Yeah, I heard. And then you just played another one after that, right? I do wish. How was that Gymvitational for you? Streamer to streamer. Did it pay off? I always wonder with those kinds of events. Is it on par with what you expected? Is it better? Is it way too much work? What do you feel? I haven't done something like that myself. And I do wonder. Hey Kingdom, how are you, mate? Fuck yeah, Mountain. That's awesome, dude. Someone's saying there's a Night Lord's kill team going around that I'm quite interested in looking at myself, actually. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I am unimpressed with that Nuln oil application. It said to water it down. No, I'm not feeling it. Maybe there. I mean, I guess that's what they want. It's quite mottled. Going through on the camera. It's quite mottled. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's right. Watered but thicken it up. Oh my god. It was good, but it was more giving me something back. Right, yeah. It didn't really monetize it. Fair enough, fair enough. Not like a subathon sort of thing, yeah. That's good, that's good. I often think about that too, like, what am I doing that's specifically to get the revenue up? And then what am I doing that's specifically entertaining and enjoyable for the people who already pay, you know? So I like that you're thinking about giving back to the community that already supports you. Not just focusing on the viewers that you haven't got yet, you know? Which I think is a pretty common trap for the old streamers over the years. Nice to hear, man. Good shit. Good fucking shit. Double check the top of this thing, one sec. Can I see it there? No. I think it is all black in there. Black it is. That Kill Team box, but I was frankly not lucky enough to get my hands on a pre-order. I hope to eventually grab it. Just using my CSM box for now. Okay, cool. So they were like limited, were they? Shit. I'll have to have a look at my local store, see if they've got any. I haven't had to, you know, pre-order anything or anything like that, but I suppose it makes sense. These things are hard to get your hands on at a certain point. Oh no, I don't need it for now. I have lots to choose from that I already own, and I should definitely be working through that backlog for now. I won't lie. Getting a kill team and actually starting to go down and play with a kill team might be a really good option for me to get started. I don't like how this black feels today. I don't know why. As much as, yeah, absolutely. It's quicker, you know? That might be good for getting down to the local tabletop store and, you know, getting to know people. Some quick, snappy games. Before the big stuff. can sneak in there without hitting that Rune Lord brass. A little smidge there as well. And that, yeah, it looks shit going on, but it's actually drying really nicely. I'm not as worried as I was. Yeah, that's coming out reasonably good after all. It was very glossy going on. It's been a while since I've done black at that level. Shit, I wasn't using the magnifying glass that whole time because I'm like, yeah, it's big enough. I don't need to make... And then as soon as I just offhand look through the magnifying glass, oh, I missed that bit. Oh, I missed that bit. Oh, shit, I missed that bit. Kind of amazing how, like... I've gone back to a lot of the first models I painted without a magnifying glass and the amount of times I was just like, yeah, no, that's good. I got it all. Sick. Great. And then you go in, right. Not quite. Yeah, that's right. That's what touch-up runs are for. Plenty of time for those. Ooh. Not sure if any, there's a queue, but Samurai Champloo. That's actually perfect timing. Usually do one full record, or if there's a queue, half, one side, right? So we'll switch to Samurai now. Keep it varied, keep it free-flowing. Please won't mind. I do have some Samurai Champloo, right? I think it was stainless steel trash can sent it to me. I just can't. I can't visualize. Fuck yeah. Oh man, rough as guts. Can't visualize what the record looks like. Just give me a sec. Got it. Gorgeous, mate. Gorgeous. Well picked, sir. Well picked. Just the tunes we needed. Hit that black hard. Cube. haven't heard Space Dandy. I do love me Bebop. Yeah, Jerry, how are you, mate? Tried my hand at painting an urban camo recently. Fucking tricky to make it look like it's not just dirty. I've got a couple options to do that in my kit, and yeah, far too scary. Looks rough, man. Looks like advanced shit. I'm just painting balls black, you know? Which I happen to have quite a lot of skill in the category of black ball painting. Man, all day, every day. Yes, please. Don't experience ball touch-up when I see one. You're the kind of guy that would, and thank you for saying. It means a lot. Coming from a pro. It means a lot. Thank you, Jim Smegley. Sir. Esquire. That's Sir Jim Smeg to you. I've gotten a little ahead of myself and away from the camera. I'm very sorry. There are a lot of balls to paint black on this motherfucker, man. It's a gargantuan task. Let me tell you. I wonder if painting the whole thing Abaddon black and then going lead belcher on the legs manually would have been a faster... Like, this is what they recommended, obviously, but... I'm questioning their judgment. I think I could lead belch these fucking legs a lot quicker than I could finically apply Abaddon black to these balls. It's okay, there's no rush. Didn't get into this shit because I needed more shit to rush through in my life, you know? I already practically speed run every game I play, so this is supposed to be something different. Not sure if that little spot in here should be black in the gap. Feels like it should be, but I can come and add that later, I guess. It's no worries. There's a question to Abaddon Black. You can't beat Abaddon and Chaos Black though, can you? Like, man, delicious. They do come up fucking spiffy. One day I'll set up a drum kit, streamable. Just you wait. And we'll do drum nights as well. We'll do everything. That'd be so much fun. We talked about painting streams for fucking years before we ever did any painting streams. So mark my words. I'm gonna justify the purchase of a fucking sick-ass drum kit and a bunch of microphones to put next to every drum, just so I can play the fuck out of it. But justify it as a business expense by adding it to the show's format. Then you'll see. Then you'll see progress. My lord. When did I get... I'm using my kids' drum kit. Only slightly Homer giving Marge a bowling ball for her birthday. Only slightly. I did fully intend for him to drum. And for a year he did. But he picked up the guitar 4 months ago and he hasn't looked back. So drums are mine now. I started watching The 3 Body Problem with my wife a few days ago, and I'm about 5 episodes in. And I think it's safe to say at this point that I really fucking like The 3 Body Problem. And I'm quite interested in reading the book. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Zeke. It's a shame everything's online these days, huh? But it's nice to have them all the same, isn't it? Good on you, mate. Cheers. I've fixed that bit, yeah. Thanks, man. Run out of 5-pack. Good on you. Cheers. Appreciate it, mate. Welcome, guys. Enjoy your subs. More of a bass fan? Yeah, cool. Good. I've never seen Samurai Shampoo. I gotta get on it. Oh, you just... Hey, man. Just rolled your DM about a painting. The music matches what's happening here. I'm glad. I forgot that I'd seen your message in bed earlier. And then I was like, oh, shit. I need to respond to that. It just came to me. In a moment, as these things do. Thank you again for your incredible generosity. And fuck yeah, bro. Bit of a painting stream, man. Fucking oath. I don't think that would be too much. Yeah, I don't think that'd be too much at all. I think it'd be just the right amount, actually. Just between you and me. So fucking cool. Take a pic for me, man. Awesome. Love to see it. Black fucking balls, man. Body Problem is good without spoilers. What do you find interesting? That you can talk about it? I like that my wife and I pause it sometimes to have a chat about what we think is going to be the answer to the questions that are being asked. I like the questions, you know. I like the acting a lot. And obviously the concept. Love a good sci-fi, and it's a great sci-fi concept. Yeah, overall I'd say it's just been very enjoyable to... Like, so much has happened as well. One of the big disappointments of the Fallout show for me was that not much happened, you know? 8 fucking episodes and not a lot going on, whereas this is covering ground, I would say. You probably already knew this, but when you stream on YouTube, you can have the chats pop up in Twitch too, so you won't have to have YouTube open. The thing is, you're not allowed to. Did you know that? I know it's a weird one. There was some hubbub about it when it first was announced. But you're not allowed to combine the chats or to use any third-party software that does. Now, are they enforcing that? And I don't have it up on stream, so it's hardly... I can hardly imagine they'd be able to tell that I was doing it regardless, right? But... You know what? There's so little YouTube chat. It's just Toulouse over there half the time. Maybe Brucey because he's dead at the moment. Not a big deal. Would be handy when I'm doing my couch streams though, because I don't have a setup over on the couch for YouTube chat. one leg is so much looser than the other one. Don't know why. Oh, you did? Fucking sick cunt. Oh man, so fucking sick. Can I show it? Or is it private? Beautiful, though. I got this today. What was it? Not quite as cool as yours, but. But pretty sick. Use my teeth. Also got this one too. The bats down the arms. They're rad. Have a look at this cunt. That is a framed Solid Snake signed by Hideo Kojima. 25 years ago, apparently. In the Namco Bandai offices, right? Sent to us, Atari, at the time, which is what we were before turning into Bandai Namco. We used to publish Konami titles, and it was a gift after they shipped the first Metal Gear Solid about 25 years old. Holy fucking shit. Unreal, man. Yeah, I don't think giving me that would be too much at all. There's a right amount of much to give to a very, very good friend on the internet. And I think that's probably the line. Anything over that is probably too much, agreed, but yeah, I think stealing that from the office and sending it to me would be the right amount of respect shown to a Metal Gear Solid fan. Seems right. I'd steal it for you, you know, that's what I'm saying. No, actually, I don't need it. As much as I love it, I don't need it, because I've showed this off before, but it's probably been a while. Apparently I turned the PlayStation off on pulling this down. I don't know how that happened. And I can't turn it off for 15 fucking minutes, apparently. Do you remember when you sent me this? I've got this on my wall, my new wall. I'll never take it down. It's one of my favorite pieces ever. But for those of you that don't know, this is Kaine and Emil from Nier. On metal. When we got that, I so wanted to keep it. Yeah, wow. You made the right call. It looks way better in my room than it would in yours. Just saying. know where the controller is that turned that PlayStation on. It's so beautiful, right? I love it so much. Did you end up playing Dragon's Dogma? Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's a mixed bag of a game. For everything good, there's something equally shit about it, but the shit is jank and the jank is funny and it's a good mix. Very much like the first one. More of a reboot than a sequel. I don't think I'm gonna have time to finish it, but I've had a lot of fun with it in my own way, and it doesn't feel like the sort of game I need to finish narratively. Like, I'm good with the random misadventures of Vlad and crew. The sick character customization or creation. All that good jazz. Which is a testament, because again, for all its faults, it's the kind of game that I'm happy to have had a lot of fun with, and I know there's more to be seen and enjoyed, but I don't feel pressured to get to it in any particular hurry. Like, sure, someday in the future, maybe there'll be a DLC or whatever, but I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go some more Dragon's Dogma 2, and then I'll see more shit in there that I didn't know was there, you know? Probably go in a different direction, do a different thing. It's got a nice big open world. A lot of fucking shit to see and do. Yeah. G'day, Week. How are you, mate? I'm working on some Blood Knights at the moment. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I have 5 Blood Knights, thanks to Novatrans sent them to me for my birthday, and I built one of them so that I could see what it looks like, and I have it in the other room. It's gorgeous. And I haven't started painting them yet because I need to buy like 19 fucking paints to do them or some shit. And I feel like I want to do them once I've had a few more years of practice. I also have a bunch of Night Haunts I want to do with them as well. I'm gonna start working on that army someday. But yeah, I gotta build myself up to it. So my Necrons and my Space Marines are sort of like my practice bed for zombies, Blood Knights, Night Haunts, and eventually, what I hope to be the crowning achievement of my collection would be a full-sized Nagash. Top it all off. You know, years down the line, I guess. That would really make me happy. We got 3 of those near metal prints, 3 different designs. One went to you, one went to someone else, and the last person never got back to our email. So you have the third one? Oh, you lucky cunt. What variant did you get? I'm a Kaine guy, straight up. Grimoire Vice and Kaine, my boys. So getting Kaine was absolutely the right call for me. Her fucking potty mouth just speaks to me, you know? Four-legged cunt. Yeah. I'd say 4 big legs, 4 little legs. Is that 8 legs? 6 legs. I think it's 6. Yeah. 2 up the front. I guess they're hardly legs, are they? Yeah. He looks like this. The big, and then this guy goes on top and rides him other way around. We painted a gun earlier that goes underneath him as well. I thought I was further along with this than I was, but that's because I'd forgotten to do the black joints. Here we are in black ball hell. We are awash in a sea of giant black balls. And that has been the lion's share of the evening, I'm afraid to say. And will be, given that there are no less than 12 more black balls. Nier and Chrono Trigger are both at the top of my must playlist when I find the time. Yeah, absolutely. Suikoden 1 and 2, fucking incredible as well. Good. I'm glad they're on your list, man. They're all bangers. Nier has a remake now, which is quite an easy way to get into it. Highly recommended. And of course, Nier Automata that follows it up doesn't need a remake. It's quite modern. If you want to get crazy, you can do the Drakengard series prior to that, because Nier Gestalt, which is now known as Nier Replicant, although there was always an original one, everyone just played Gestalt, which has very small differences between the two, is actually a sequel to Drakengard 3 Ending E. I believe that's correct. I've not yet done it myself. But if you want to go fucking crazy, I think you do Drakengard 2, the prequel, into Drakengard 1, into Drakengard... Oh, it's Drakengard 1 Ending E? Is it? Okay. Wait, so is 3 a prequel as well? Is Drakengard 1 the end of the Drakengard chronology? I thought it was 2, 3, 1. Or 2, 1, 3. Maybe it is 2, 3, 1. I thought it was 2, 1, 3. On my list. And then springboard straight into a full-on Nier playthrough, which they have a lot of endings. It's a lot of work. It's a very comprehensive experience, but a janky and beautiful, unique experience with some of the greatest writing in video games, I think. Can't remember. 3 is just about as disconnected from the other Drakengard games as Nier is. Okay. Well, if you can't remember, why are you correcting me? Huh? Shut the fuck up. I'm right, you're wrong. Why are you here? Useless. It's, as far as I'm aware, Drakengard 2, prequel, Drakengard 1, then Drakengard 3, Ending E, then Nier. Oh, Dre, thanks for the $20, man. What a sitcom. Every stream never disappoints. I'd be honored if you would pick the next... I would pick the next album. Can do, bro. After this one, I'll chuck the next one on. You're on. You're on. Thank you very much. It's very generous of you. I love you. Thanks for hanging out and chatting with me. I lost focus. Yeah, I think I have. Chrono Trigger is one of the ones that I used to play all the fucking time on my SNES emulator, my Z SNES emulator. I had it originally. I had a Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, Chrono Trigger, Breath of Wild, Terranigma, Illusion of Gaia, one of my fucking favorites, Lufia 2. By far, Lufia. I know everyone's all over Chrono Trigger, but honest to God, Jamox, between you and me, don't tell anyone that I told you this because there'll be riots. But Chrono Trigger is a steaming pile of shit compared to Lufia 2, okay? Lufia 2 is fucking leaps and bounds ahead of anything Chrono Trigger was doing. On every level. Gameplay, puzzles, fucking innovation, creativity, narrative, character design, character development, fucking the 100-level dungeon afterwards. It is a masterpiece. Nobody talks about because... mainstream bullshittery. Chrono Trigger hit the right notes for the right crowd, you know what I mean? Secret of Mana is a banger as well. Best played co-op. If you haven't played it co-op. That's a game you want to sit down with a friend, you know? Maybe a couple of brewskis. Maybe a fat bag of weed. And you just fucking weekend that shit. Done. Shining Force, yeah man, nice. So there's one I never got to that everyone loves. Golden Axe, I think it is. Wait. Golden Sun. Golden Axe, I played the fuck out of. Golden Axe 2, I played the fuck out of. There's a Golden Axe movie being made. Not relevant to this conversation. Just thought I'd throw it in there. But Golden Sun. is the one people said was awesome and I never got to. Do they snap together or glue? Some snap together, some glue. This one was glue. Golden Axe was so hard for me as a child. Are you saying it's not anymore? Are you saying you can boot up Golden Axe now and it's not hard? Because I'd like to put that to the test, to be honest. Maybe you're right. Sometimes it is that is the case. They were hard then, they're not now. But I'm pretty, like, I've played Altered Beast plenty of times since I was a kid, and that shit ain't fucking easy, alright? I come up with strats easier than I did back in the day, but I don't have the tenacity that I had back then. Ghosts and Goblins? Fuck me. That shit asks a lot of a person. Let me tell you. And I don't give a fuck about no new remake shit with checkpoints or whatever, or I'm talking about OG. Which one do you recommend? Lufia 2. Because Lufia 1 is a sequel to Lufia 2. Don't ask. Lufia 2 is what you want. Rise of the Sinistrals, it's called, and it is, believe me, 20 minutes in, you'll be like, whoa, this is cool. 20 hours in, you'll be like, what's going on? How have I never played video games before until now? I'm not exaggerating, right? Ghosts and Goblins can fuck off. I know, right? God, man, that song. You know what song I'm getting fucking crazy on at the moment? For anyone out here who's played Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I'm currently balls deep, 6 missions in, on my very first Heroes of Might and Magic 2 playthrough. And it plays one song, except for the opera song that plays in the cities. It plays one song. Constantly. That's not a critique in any way, but I remember Lufia way back before I could make any sense of shit. It asked a lot of you because it's not a random battle game where you walk around and the battles attack you randomly. It actually has the monsters on screen and you have a bunch of different tools, and every room of a dungeon's basically a puzzle where you can stun certain enemies. You got arrows, bombs, you got a little hourglass to revert time. So you have to solve a lot of puzzles and a lot of problems alongside fight monsters in traditional JRPG turn-based fashion. It's got the best of all worlds. But if you get stuck on a fucking puzzle in that game, especially in the 90s, let's just say we used to draw out pictures of them and take them to our mums. Because they wouldn't look at a computer screen, of course, not a fucking chance in hell. But if you drew it out on paper and brought it to them on the couch, you could maybe convince them to try and help you solve it, right? You should. It's a fucking head scratcher, and all the best puzzles are optional, but give you sick ass shit. Except one, which is up on a mountain and involves cutting weeds. And every time you cut a weed, the other weeds grow back a little bit. So you cut one and then you step forward, and you cut the next one and you step forward, and the ones that you've already cut are starting to grow back, and you need to get around this whole grid cutting all of them. And it's a mandatory puzzle with a boss fight after it. And fuck me. Fuck me. Also remember a little slot machine upstairs of the inn in one of the early towns, and if you sit there on the slot machine and just fucking wreck it, you can end up winning like a sick ass fucking sword way too early, but you got to sit there for 20 hours or something. Little things like that. My mum was a fucking genius, genuinely. I'll make sure mum's about you. Dude, do it with your mum. Lufia 2 with my mum. The theme is the puzzles are too hard because I suck. I had to bring my mum in. And she can dude. That's a Twitch broadcast right there. if you can get your mum on stream, my mum wouldn't come on stream to save my fucking life. Like, if I was dying in here, I was choking, and for some reason she was outside this room watching it happen, and she wouldn't be because she wouldn't be watching it. But if she was, and I was in here choking, and the choice was come in here and save my life, but be on camera, or stay there and watch me die, let's just say it would be a fantastic funeral. Bangers. Bangers being played. One after the other. No word of a lie. But if you can get your mum in on camera, my mum's the person that puts tape over her laptop. Yeah, right. Yep, cool. All right. Have her in the chat solving problems for you. Until she finally gets so frustrated that she comes in. Comes to your house, comes in, and takes over. I've completely thrown away the pretense of attempting to get you to watch me paint these black balls in some fashion. Usually I'm constantly checking to see if you guys can see what I can see, but I've stopped giving a fuck at this point because I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. And I know it's very boring. But it does need to be done. One way or another. My mum still thinks streamers are my buds video chatting me. That's all she needs to know, isn't it? You've got so many friends, Darko. How do you do it? Always in there chatting to someone. I know it's weird that he spends his whole life in his bedroom, but at least he's got lots of friends. Walk past his room, always chatting to someone. Got a budding social life. I see what you're doing, Ziako. I see the scam, and I respect it. Bravo, sir, bravo. Mm-hmm. I'm not in love with the quality of this work right now. But what are you gonna do? Oh, this might be my last black ball for the evening, I think, guys, because I'm starting to get to that point where it's like, fuck, I'm gonna speed through this and make more mistakes, and this is gonna not be very fun. Also, this cough is driving me fucking insane. It's raw as shit. We might do one more little ball up here and call it a day, I think. Such a cool guy at 25 with all your friends. Yeah, absolutely. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Beautiful. Where is it? There. Now, don't let HQ know. Might be a sackable offense. But I'm only playing the Dark Souls 3 DLC now, and this Sister Frida is... I'm all about respecting women, but this lady's a fucking bitch. Can't believe there's a phase 3. You have no fucking idea what you're in for. Strap in, cunt. Good luck. I spent 4 days on that bitch, I reckon. You know, it shouldn't take you that long, because you probably don't have as many bullshit restrictions on character design and weapon choices and whatnot as I had, but... that one's I struggled on for some fucking time. I did beat most of the other bosses in that DLC without too much trouble, more or less. But fuck me, Sister Freda. Once you're finished, you'll look back very, very happy, you know, on the whole situation. But I totally understand how it feels right now to be hating that bitch. Because she's a motherfucker. Spent a week or two on Frida with a broken sword. Why did you fight her with a broken sword? What is wrong with you? Why didn't you just get your sword fixed first? Such a fucking dickhead, Toxic. What did I just paint? Oh, I'll find that lab. I've just painted something black. What? All 3 games of the broken sword. Did you never find another weapon? Is that what happened? You didn't. Let me guess. You didn't know how to equip weapons, and you couldn't be bothered figuring it out. So you're just like, fuck it. I'll just stick with this. Probably that, right? Her phase 3's a fucking step up, dude. Ooh, baby. It gets crazy, doesn't it? Bringing in the friends. You'd think there were better weapons after 3. I know, right? I know. Toxic's just fucking crazy, man. I pick weird weapons and stuff. Make interesting challenges. And this cunt picks the most boring fucking thing you could possibly... What about if I did it with a broken sword? Nobody cares, alright? Do it with a rapier and make it look awesome, okay? That's how you do it. What's wrong with you? Supposed to hate myself in the most boring way. Terrible. No, I'm just fucking with you. Of course, it's amazing, bravo. All right. Dre said I get to pick the next record, so I'm chucking on a little Daft Punk remix action because that's the mood I want to close tonight's stream out on. So let's bop away for a little bit while I wrap up. Yeah, Gem, where it slows it down, like the Sekiro ones were fucking great, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about, all about it. Amazing. This is a terrible idea. Now I just want to bang my fucking head around and I can't. Oh, Jeb, oh, absolutely, man. The Breath of the Wild shit where they're like, grab a magnet and a fucking log and a rock and a fucking wing, and before you know it, they're flinging themselves across, and then they pause and change into 15 different things and then keep going to the other side of the world on a rock. What the fuck? It was crazy. You're just sitting there going, I never would have thought of doing that. Like, I played that game a lot. It didn't occur to me that the best vehicle for getting from one side of the world to the other was a rock. Loved it. Yeah, nice, Unky. Good shit, man. This is a random pickup from a record store for me, which never happens. Never happens. 99% of this collection is pre-ordered on the internet, right? But on the occasion that I find myself in a record store, and you can't really leave a record store without grabbing something, and you spy a bunch of Homework remixes, and you're just like, that's what I was looking for. That's it. Thank you. Haven't heard them. Don't know if they're good. But I have faith. Sometimes that's all you need. Goddamn faith. Go a little longer. Nice, Iago. That's awesome, dude. Alright, so a bit more known oiling. Mix it up a bit. Quite a lot of droplets because of the thinning it out. I guess that's intentional. Let's see. Either that or my wet palette is thinning this null noise out too much. But I don't know. Not sure. We'll see. So wet to me. Oh well, they know what's best. All right, now the other big baby. boy. Yeah, Doris, right? As long as we get you back in. Me too. I'm thinking, do I want to do those other black balls right now? I'm not gonna. We're gonna call it, but this is absolutely some Last Dance vibes, right? Get that last bit of energy out. It's a good question, D-Pad. I usually do it in days of streams, and she's a 4-day banger. Orphan of Cos was a 4-day banger, and Lawrence the First Vicar from Bloodborne was a 4-day banger. And usually anything more than that is not in Souls. It's Boshi was 9 days, and a couple other Boshi fights were 5 days. Tancred in Lords of the Fallen, which I'm playing tomorrow again, by the way, was fucking 8 days or something, but that's because he was a broken cunt. But in terms of Souls bosses, Frida is, unless I'm misremembering, Cruci in Elden Ring, yeah, was that 5 days or 6 days? Like, you know what, I can't remember. But Frida is, let's say, one step below the absolute hardest shit that I've done, and on par with most of the really, really fucking hard shit. She was a proper cunt for me. But as with all Souls bosses, it depends on your kit and your experience with the series. Really depends on, you know, what you're using, and how familiar are you with it, and how good does it perform against her, I guess. Any experience with Deep Kin Flesh? I'm trying to use it to highlight some spots. I'm not sure if I've got a bad batch or if it's extra runny. Is the intended consistency. Straight out the pot, it's got the thinness of Nuln Oil. Is it a shade paint? Because if it's a shade, I'd say that's about bang on, but I've never used it. All my other ones, like Ricart Flesh or whatever it's called, are all very thin too. Maybe it's a contrast paint? They're pretty thin. Alright. We'll pack this shit up, and then we'll outro it and be done for the night, I think. All right. We happy with that? That's a lie. It's not an intermission. It's a goodbye. Enjoy the tunes while I find somebody to raid. Thank you very much for spending another evening painting with you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow at some point, come hell or high water, for some Lords of the Fallen, and I'll keep you guys updated with my plans for the week and the weekend based on how this cough goes, I guess. But regardless of all that future shit, thanks for being here. Much appreciated. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.